I think I was a local government secretary in 1993. And in 1993, we had something that, resembles autonomy of local governments. I do understand the issues, very clearly. At that time, I do remember very well that if governor wanted money from our local government, he had to make a request, because we had our money. But
who disburses?
Once the money comes from the federation account and our internal, we had control over those funds at that time. But the irony of it, the danger of it, which even in this new autonomy, if there is no proper oversight, if there is no proper control, if there is no proper audit, in the then Gongola, when I was secretary, we had 16 local governments. Only 3 local governments, my local government and 2 others, were paying teachers and paying health workers. The rest were not paying.
What were they doing?
I don't know, but they were not paying. And that is at the root of all these crises we are having. Anytime there is a public hearing, you will notice that NUT will go and say they were against local government receiving their monies directly. So, to that extent, unless we begin to reconfigure the process of oversighting the local government councils to make sure that they make use of these funds judiciously, unless we institute an audit system that makes sure that in the states, candidate may not understand, INEC conducts its own elections. In the states, the SIEC, sometimes they give them a list at the government, and these are the people that should be the chairman and the councillors. These people, there's nothing stops them from collecting the money from the federation account and cashing it and bringing it to the governor. Nothing stops them. No, I'm just trying to tell you.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying it. So, what the issues are not about the autonomy, but it's about the fact that there has to be value for money. You're giving these people money. Who will make sure that they utilize this money for the benefit of the people? Like I said in our own example, who will make sure that teachers are paid? Who will make sure that health workers are paid? Who will make sure that we had a councillor when I was secretary, and this is factual. They wanted to do a small bridge across a river, and they used wood instead of iron rods. And immediately the rainy season came, water soaked the wood got rotten, and the thing collapsed. Who will oversight some of those things? It's not, because when you sit down in the comfort of a city like Abuja and you see all the glitz and the glamour and the media attention and everything, do not think that it's like that. There are certain local governments. Now, the local government I was secretary is now divided into 2, Mubi North and Mubi South. It was one Mubi local government. If you go to the part I come from, the Mubi South, you can spend a whole year there without one journalist going there to see what is going on and things. Nigeria is not, like we look at it, those of us that are in the cities. There are a lot of challenges in the rural areas. There are a lot of problems. There are a lot of negligence and neglect in the rural areas. I do remember that when I was a local government secretary, when our allocation increased, we sat down and evaluated the areas that we had shortfalls. We had shortfalls of teachers. We had shortfalls of health workers. We employed teachers and health workers at the rate of 70% teachers, 30% health workers. It was clear, we could do all that on our own. But today, in the states, you cannot, as a local government leadership, you cannot even begin to determine your plans and actions without first taking it
to the government, to the state. You have just